What's good? This is Trey with Legit Game coming to you with this video on how to get good with women fast. Alright, so in order to get women, or in order to have success with women, you have to have game. And to me, game is basically your ability to communicate your value to women, right? So if you're not good at communicating value to women, you have no game, and therefore you don't get women, okay? If you're good at communicating your value to women, then you do have game, and therefore you do get women. Now, there's another way to look at this. You could say, okay, a really good looking guy, he doesn't have game because his value is obvious. All he has to do is just show up. And that is true. But in order to keep women, he has to have game. He can't just be very good looking and have no social skills, just weak body language, weak mentality, emotionally weak. If he has no value besides his looks, he's not going to keep women. So yeah, he'll get attention because his looks, but he's not going to keep them. So you do need game. It doesn't matter if you're good looking, it doesn't matter if you're rich, whatever. You need game to keep women, okay? Get them interested. Yeah, you have to communicate value quickly, and make a good first impression. In order to keep women around, you have to have game. Now, in order to get good with women, you have to develop your game, okay? Develop your ability to communicate value. Now, you can do this quickly. Like, you can go from right now, wherever you are, let's say you're not really getting women like that, you're relying on luck. You can develop yourself into a guy who gets women consistently, and you can predict your results. Like, you can actually have the type of game where you could be like, if I want to get a girlfriend, I know exactly how to do that. But here's the thing. I'm going to just be honest with you in this video. It's probably going to scare some people away, but at least you're going to know the truth and you can make a decision from there. Basically, in order to develop game and become more attractive to women, you have to go through a process that's not necessarily going to feel good. You're going to have to go through a process that's going to be emotionally painful and mentally painful. Not so much physically painful, because it's not, unless you consider working out physically painful. Like if you decide you want to improve your physique, because that is value. A guy with great physique, it displays that he has discipline. It displays that he has healthy emotions. The fact that he's able to work out consistently and create a strong, healthy body. That communicates to a woman value. Okay, that man has some form of value, some form of understanding of life, that type of thing. So in order to develop game, let's just use this example. One of the ways to develop your game is to interact with women, meaning approach women, beautiful women. Approaching beautiful women, it brings up a emotion that men don't like: fear, anxiety, nervousness. Not just men, people in general don't like those emotions. But the only way to really get better with interacting with women is by interacting with women. And the only way to get good at interacting with beautiful women and women you find attractive is by interacting with beautiful women you find attractive. However, if you're not someone who does this consistently, or naturally, it's going to be a painful process. Painful in the sense of, yeah, you're going to experience emotions that you're not going to like. You're going to experience fear. You're going to be in awkward situations. You're going to freeze up. Your mouth's going to get dry, and you're going to have a hard time talking to the women. You're going to sweat. These are things that are going to happen when you're interacting with women if you're not comfortable with it yet. And the thing is, if you are afraid of those feelings, you're going to delay your progress. You're not going to take action. You're not going to take as much action as you should. Not going to be as consistent, and you're not going to be as productive. And then the process of getting better with women will take longer. However, in order to get good with women faster or fast, you have to accept this truth. Learning is a painful process. Developing game is a painful process. Developing value is a painful process. If it was easy, then every man would have high value and every man would be overachieving with women. But as you can clearly see, most men don't have a clue what they're doing when it comes to women. And it's not because the information is out there. It's not because they can't develop game. It's because they are afraid of the process. They are afraid of pain. And what pain does is it blocks you from understanding, right? So when you're experiencing fear and those type of emotions, all you want to do is get out of the emotion, right? So even though approaching the woman is the right thing to do, if you see a beautiful woman and you find her attractive, you know that the right thing to do is approach her, because if you don't approach her, you're not going to find out anything. You're not going to get any information about this woman, whether she could possibly be interested, or maybe she could end up being your friend, which is better than nothing. If you literally have no type of game, it's better to have women as friends than have nothing at all, because you won't learn from nothing. You can at least learn from being around a woman as a friend. But the point being, that emotion of nervousness, fear, anxiety, you just want to do anything you can to avoid it. So you're not going to approach. Therefore, you don't get the reference. And like I said, it will delay your progress. You won't get good with women as fast as you could. So what you have to do is accept this truth about the universe, about the world, the way the world works. Learning is painful. So if it's not painful, or you're not experiencing those emotions that you don't want to feel, it's probably because you're not putting out enough effort. Okay, if you are not experiencing rejection, if you're not making mistakes, if you're not putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, you're not growing, you're not learning. You don't grow and learn when you're comfortable. Because you're comfortable, there's nothing to learn. There's no reason to grow. You're comfortable. When you're uncomfortable, your body, your mind, your emotions, they have to get stronger, because your body wants to survive. So if you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, your brain will figure out how to adapt. So if you're always approaching women, always talking to women, you will figure out how to get them. Your body does not want to experience those negative emotions all the time. So it will find a way to get stronger and overcome those obstacles that you're having with women. So understand this. Yes, developing game, getting better with women, interacting with women, it's not the best feeling in the world. It doesn't feel easy. It doesn't feel pleasant all the time. But you have to face it. It's going to make you stronger. The more you face it, the faster you get better with women. There was one point when I was, going out, to work on my game. I would approach like 30 women in one day. And I would do that because I wanted to speed up the process. It wasn't easy at all. It was not easy at all. Okay. I was experiencing a lot of fear, nervousness, all that stuff. But, I wanted the result. I wanted to speed things up. I realized that, coming out doing approaching one woman a day and stuff like that, that's going to make the process longer than it needs to be. I basically got to a point where I accepted the fact that, okay, this is not going to be easy. It's not going to feel good all the time. But if I want the result, I just got to go. I got to push myself. Okay. And that's why, getting around people who are good with women, getting around positive people who can push you, can motivate you, can support you. Also reading, positive books that will, motivate you and inspire you to take action. You want to live and put yourself in an environment, atmosphere where you're being motivated and inspired to take action. Because if you're in a negative environment, you're around negative people, you're going to make excuses. You're going to stay away from pain. You're going to stay away from growth, progress, discomfort, the unknown. You're just going to stay in your comfort zone. You stay in your comfort zone, you will continue to get the same results. So if you want to get fast results with women, you want to get better with women faster, you have to understand that learning is painful. And if you are not willing to put yourself in those situations over and over again consistently and just get it over with, make it happen. If you're not willing to do that, your progress is going to be slow. You have to approach women. You have to work on yourself, meaning improve yourself, increase your intelligence, improve your physique, improve your hygiene, your style, become the best version of yourself, and do it fast. You don't have to be slow about it. yeah, let me just, I'll just do an approach today or maybe next week, or nah, handle the shit now, push now, go ham now, and then in the future, you'll reap the benefits. Okay. But it is going to be painful. And like I said, pain, when you're experiencing pain, it blocks your understanding. It holds you back from taking action. But you got to push past it and just understand this. Once you understand this and know this to be a truth, you can overcome it, because it's not going anywhere. The pain, the discomfort, the awkwardness that you're going to experience is not going to go anywhere until you overcome it. But then after that, there will be the next challenge. Okay, so once you overcome the fear of approaching women, the next challenge, how do you overcome your fear of asking for her number? Or how do you overcome the fear of going on dates? These are the next challenges. But you have to enjoy the process. You have to know that it's a part of life, but the rewards are worth it. Imagine what life would be like if you were able to attract women at will. Like, you actually had game. You actually had the ability to get consistent results with women. That would be a great place to be in. But you have to pay your dues. You have to earn it. Okay. Just like in a video game, in order to, unlock the character, you got to beat the challenge, unlock the new characters, you got to beat the challenges. Or if you want the trophy at the end of the game, you got to beat the challenges. Or if you're playing a sport, you want the trophy, you want to be number one. What do you have to do? You have to work harder than everybody else. You got to move fast. You have to overcome fear, overcome discomfort, and just do whatever you got to do to get the result. Same thing with getting women. It's a skill. It's a game. You can develop the skill. You can develop the intelligence. You can develop the body language, the communication skills that are necessary to attract women. But you got to go at it. You got to push, and you can't make excuses. All right.